What about that Arcane Studios, kid?
Yeah, so my big question mark for Bethesda's conference is what we get from Arcane Studios, because Prey just came out this year a few months ago. I don't think we'll get a DLC for it.
100% you will.
100% you will.
You'll get it. You fought me on this last year, Horizon Zero Dawn. I said, oh, we're going to get something. You're like, I don't think so this year. That's my prediction. I think you'll get Prey DLC.
So the reason I don't is because the game didn't sell all that well, nor were the reviews all that strong. I'm curious what you would do with the DLC. I guess it is possible. I don't think it'll happen though.
Okay.
That's my instinct. And then Dishonored 2, I guess that came out like a year and a half ago now.
When did Death of the Outsider?
That came out in, I want to say, November or so.
Okay.
So I that's where the thing, I feel like it's a bit too soon for them to show, the studio making Dishonored to show anything. Mm-hmm. And then it's obviously way too soon for the studio making Prey to show something. So that's where I think they will, I want to say that they're going to show something because it's a Bethesda conference and they got to show something. But I just don't know what that would be. Perhaps, I don't know if the Arcane studio that made Dishonored 2 is making Dishonored 3. I don't know if that's their next game. I think it would be certainly too soon for gameplay, I would say.
Yeah.
And I don't really think they'd make another spin-off, at least right now. I think they'd have a big full release before another spin-off game. So I think it's too soon for either company to show something, but I want to think that they would try their hardest to show at least anything. So that's my biggest question mark, and I really don't have any prediction for what it is.
Do you think it could be another game? Like another smaller game, maybe?
Another spin-off?
Not a spin-off necessarily about Dishonored.
Okay.
Like just another separate IP.
Yeah, maybe, because I mean Dishonored 2 didn't even really sell that well, so maybe they're gonna try some other stuff before. I don't think they'll give up on Dishonored yet. I don't think the series is done.
It's got like the
it's
cult
got at
fans.
least the first one has enough of a follower base that keep making it, but yeah, maybe they try something out, try something smaller first. Maybe they try to delve into a new world and then they jump into it with a full game at some point later.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. That's my biggest question mark, and that might even be like my single biggest question mark for this whole E3 is if there is something new from Arcane Studios. I'd love to see what it is, because I think Prey, massively underrated. Yeah, it has its problems, but it's still a phenomenal game, and Dishonored 1 and 2 are two of the greatest games of all time, no doubt. So, yeah.
All gone. Bethesda.
Yeah.
Square Enix is coming back. They haven't had a showcase in quite a while, but they're doing one Monday morning. There's a lot of games that could be rumored. I'll throw these out because I know we're not as versed as Square Enix games.
Did they do Tomb Raider or no?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I guess you could see some more there. Games that I had listed was possibly you could maybe get some update on Final Fantasy 7 Remake. People have been talking about that.
It's not out yet, hey?
No, it's not out yet.
I thought it was. For some
Just Cause 4 is another one people have thrown out there. I'm a big fan of Just Cause 3. I played that a few months ago, and that's just a fun shoot game. Kingdom Hearts 3 and Avengers are the other two big ones that people are talking about. That's the company that is making Avengers, and Kingdom Hearts 3 was supposed to release in 2013.
I think it's crazy, actually, that we haven't gotten any, like, Spider-Man is the first game we're getting. I guess there's, like, Lego games, but really, like, with all the popularity of these Marvel movies, why is not a company not made any game?
They tried. There's a canceled one where you played as Hulk, Thor, and Iron Man, and maybe even Cap, but it was from first person, and you just saw their... it looked really bad.
See, I still think that could be really good.
It wasn't good.
VR?
It wasn't a VR, no. Like, this looked pretty like movie cash-in type of game. Like, it looked very, like, we'll find it after. It was pretty sus.
I know it's not
Disney,
Marvel.
you got a lot of money. What are you doing?
I know it's not Marvel.
Movie games are huge.
Infinity.
I know it's not Marvel, but I heard Superman.
I was going to bring that up later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, Kirkland.
Come on.
Fuck, man.
Sorry.
With Avengers, I think we'll just maybe get some more. There has to be a reason they're doing a conference or a showcase. They haven't done one in quite a while, so I would hope that's not just a bunch of kind of games we already know. Kingdom Hearts 3, I think we're actually going to finally get a release date, like a real release date. So Jessica, I hope that we can finally play this game and get over this, because this was supposed to come out PS3. So I think that's going to happen. I think Avengers, you'll get maybe more of a cinematic, because I think with the first cinematic, you just got like them showing like the characters, like just like an Iron Man, like Cap shield and Thor's hand. Like you didn't see anything. It's just like, oh, Avengers, Square Enix. So I think you're gonna get maybe more of a cutscene and about, because we don't even know what this Avengers game is. We don't know if it's like an Ultimate Alliance sort of deal, if it's gonna be like a Destiny. Like hope to God not. Like I don't know what it's gonna be, but I think that'll be the big real. I don't think that's coming out anytime soon, but I think they will, and maybe what?
You don't think of
Not this year.
War?
Not this year. Yeah.
I feel like they kind of want to ride the hype of Infinity War, though.
Yeah, but games take so long to make,
That's
right?
true.
And like I just don't know from just a cinematic that was a hammer, Iron Man's helmet. I don't know how far along that game is, right?
Do you think a smart idea for them to do? I'm not saying that they could do it, but what if they come out like the same time as the next Avengers?
That would be next March, possible, but I don't know.
That's before the next E3, so they could show it off this E3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No?
I think it's unless they've been working on this game for quite a while. I just don't know.
It seems like there's usually quite a disconnect between game developers and people making these movies,
Right.
and that they're not, like the Tomb Raider movie wasn't really timed with anything to do with the games. You know, they're kind of just separate
Right.
things.
Yeah, so I think you'll
Same
just
with
get
Assassin's Creed.
more info.
Even though I guess they had stuff at like E3 and whatever, but it wasn't like tied to the games that are currently coming out.
Yeah. Yeah, anything else on Square Enix? I know, like I said, not a lot of games that we all play, but...
No.
Nope.
They make pretty good games.
Nintendo, they're doing Tuesday, they're doing a showcase again. They're doing like a direct sort of thing. And I think because we said this at the beginning, I don't know what to expect them. 1 year they kind of do like a nothing conference, and then the next year they throw out a bunch of games. And yeah, that's what I was going to say. I guess the two in the room are Metroid and that Pokemon game that are exclusive to Switch. I'm going to say we actually don't see anything from Metroid. I don't think it's far along. Because last year, all we got was just like the title and like Metroid 4.
Screen.
Yeah, I don't think we got anything Metroid 4. I think we see something from this Pokemon game though. Even if it's just like some sort of information, even if it's like a little gameplay, or just an idea what that game is. I think I'm more on the camp that we'll see Pokemon. Maybe we'll see them both. And my hashtag Travis hopes is Luigi's Mansion 2, because if they do that, I will buy a Switch. I say that every E3. I'm hoping for Luigi's Mansion 2. It never happens. That's my Marwin, is Luigi's Mansion 2.
I think I'm gonna predict that we'll get a Metroid something. I think it might be like a small teaser trailer. No gameplay. I'm not gonna boldly claim that.
A sequel to whatever that game was, Metroid Hunters, that soccer game.
Oh, no.
Prime Hunters.
Prime
Metroid
Hunters.
Prime
Yeah, we'll get that.
Badminton game. That'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing Nintendo has going on is that the Smash Bros. Invitational, the tournament that they're doing, a little bit different than the one they had for Smash 4 in that they have half as many players as they did last time. But they did announce the 8 players that are going. It's pretty cool. They have 4 Melee pros and 4 Smash 4 pros. The Smash 4 players: MK Leo, Abadango, Mr. R, and Zero. The first 3 are I don't really keep as much up with Smash 4, but I know all those players have had big tournament performances and have kind of been in like the top 10 for a while. So they're all like high level players, so it'd be cool to see. Like, I think this tournament is actually going to be quite a bit more competitive than the last one. I don't know, we'll see how the game is. It really depends on what the game is, see how competitive it is, but I'm guessing it'll be similar-ish to Smash 4, if not a port, so cool to have those players. And then Zero, he's like, when Smash 4 came out, he was the #1 champ. He won like 50 tournaments in a row or something. Just like an insanely good player, and he was really good at Brawl. He played Melee for a bit and was really good at that. So I think he's a really good player to have. And then for Melee, they have Armada, Mango, Plup, and Lucky. Armada and Mango have like pretty much the greatest rivalry in Melee history. They've been battling it out for like, I guess it's been like 10 years now.
That's
pretty
crazy.
much. Yeah, and they're
That's
like
ridiculous.
every single one of their sets except for like 1 or 2 have been like amazing, like some of the highest level Melee you'll ever see. So it's awesome that both those 2 are there. And then Plup is one of my personal favorites. He kind of hopped in the scene like probably 5 years ago. First he played Samus, then he switched to Sheik, and now he plays like Fox and like Luigi, and he plays a lot of characters. But yeah, he's kind of been on the come up for a while, but finally this year at Genesis 5 he won a big tournament. He got first place, which was a pretty huge performance. So he's an awesome guy. He's pretty goofy, and I think he's another good pick. And then Lucky, he's another player who's been around for a long time. He's like Mango's best friend, pretty much, and he's a cool dude. And it's kind of an unexpected. I wouldn't have predicted Lucky ever really to be one of the people they invited. So I think it's really good for him. It'll be good exposure and a good opportunity for him to get some new fans and stuff like that. So overall, I think it's a pretty good list, and I'm glad that they picked 4 Melee players and 4 Smash 4 players. They also have like during the day they're gonna have like exhibition random matches with a bunch of other players I've seen on Twitter talking about they got invited and stuff as well. So those aren't the only players, but those are the 8 featured in the actual tournament format. I don't think they announced anything in terms of what the actual format is or whatnot, but I mean, I have to assume it's similar to Smash. What they did for Smash 4, there's probably a roster of like maybe 15 characters they can pick from, and then they play through the tournament with that one character and just kind of showcase the game. And I think those are some great players to show it off, and I'm excited to see that. I don't know if that is like related to the Direct in terms of when it is. I don't know if it's on that Tuesday.
I think it is. I think it's Nintendo all has that day pretty much because they have the Direct, the Smash. And
I guess if they have the whole day, it'll probably be on the Tuesday.
And I think after the Smash, then they have a Treehouse thing again.
Classic.
Yeah. Because I don't want to retread this because we talked about this last week. You're still in the camp that's going to be like a port kind of Smash 4 because I'll say that this is the big deal. Finally.
As things have kind of been moving forward, I'm kind of leaning toward it more being a full game, which still. It does surprise me just timing-wise, but that is what I think. That's what I would predict if I had to pick one or the other.
Okay. Yeah. Anything else on Nintendo, gentlemen?
I definitely think we're going to get like a teaser of the new Metroid. 100% agree with you on that. Obviously, new Pokemon game coming to the Switch. I think we're going to get a huge thing on that. I feel, again, new Smash Brothers, I think. I was kind of on the fence. Maybe they might showcase some new Pokemon DLC, but I feel like it might be later. I feel like there could be Mario Odyssey DLC that might showcase.
I think Odyssey they'll have DLC for sure.
I don't think there's going to be anything Donkey Kong related, obviously, because they just put out the Tropical
Nintendo
Freeze remake.
Hates Donkey.
They did put on Tropical Freeze again.
What was that bongo game?
For the Wii.
Congo
For the
Bongo.
Wii.
Congo Bongo.
1 and 2. There's 2 of them.
What a legend.
People have played. Because you can use that controller to play Melee.
Oh, okay. I thought
But
you
it's
said
like,
Dark Souls.
It's really bad. You have to like clap to use the shield, which is like doesn't really make any sense. Like you can't really do that for anything, and I don't think you can move left or right. So
That's
kind of tricky.
I think we'll get some Mario Kart 8 DLC probably, and I think
Really?
we'll probably.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I think they'll highlight a little bit of that, and I think they'll highlight into the next Mario Party as well.
I agree with you on the Mario Kart.
Mario
I
Kart?
feel like there'll be DLC.
I don't on that. I feel like that ship has sailed. But
Yeah. As much as I really want it, I feel I'm gonna hold on to the fact that I really hope that they were to throw like a new Strikers and a Luigi's Mansion too.
New Strikers.
New Strikers needs to happen, and a new redone Mario Party needs to happen because the Mario Party games they are putting out are fucking garbage. So they're just destroying this franchise. Between that and
I have to
tennis.
ask, have you actually played any of these?
Yeah, I have, and that's just like this is lame. Like
What was the most recent one you played?
it was the last one because I think Jessica got it.
Number 10, where you
Yeah.
play as Bowser.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, but then it's like I don't like. They just ruined it by no dice rolls and you get stars instead of coins and
And
you
you
all
all
move
go
together.
together,
It's
yeah.
like they took it. They just remind
All
me
you
of,
need is a good roster and good mini games, and like
Yeah.
They just need
that's
to.
enough.
All they
So
need to do is
easy.
just
It
remake.
seems so easy.
Just remake 1, 2, and 3, and you're good to go. Like I'm so sick and tired of that. Them putting out
My
these
my
crap
other
games.
predictions. No More Heroes. I think we're gonna see like a full trailer for that.
Oh.
And I think it's time for another Bayonetta game, and I think that's where they would show it.
And something Fire Emblem, really, because there's always something Fire Emblem.
Yeah, maybe the full console game. We'll see more of that.
Yeah, I
But
forgot
they announced it last year.
so
That's-
you could see more. Yeah.
I hope we get to see some gameplay.
I can't remember when, but didn't they announce a new Bayonetta? They announced a remake of an older one, and then
Maybe
they
they
announced
did.
another one.
I have to
thought
admit, I
they
don't really
announced-
keep up
I
with
thought
a
that
lot
came
of
out
things.
already. I thought that came out because they put her in Smash.
Well, I can't remember what the conference was, but they showed a trailer for like a new Bayonetta, and people are getting so excited. They're like, "Oh, it's just the remake or whatever of Bayonetta 1," and then they showed afterwards, "Here's the new Bayonetta we're doing," or something.
Oh, okay, I think that was in just a direct randomly because I think
Oh,
they
okay.
tied that when they announced it was Smash. So
Oh,
I don't think
okay.
that new one's out, but obviously I think that remastered's out.
My last prediction is going to be Animal Crossing. Something.
Mm.
Not sure 3DS. Not sure console.
Mm.
Hopefully Switch. I think I'd like to see that. That's
Didn't
my
they have like
prediction.
an app that came up for Animal Crossing?
Yeah.
They had like some weird game where you get like cards and I don't really know.
And I think you'll get release dates. Last year they showed off those Yoshi and Kirby platformers, and then you get release dates for that. And I'm
Yeah,
excited because I like platformers and I like those characters, so I might
You
buy
do?
that one day.
If
I
you like
get Switch.
platformers, why didn't you get Foxy Tail?
Oh snap!
Oh yeah, Foxy Tail?
Whatever the
Yeah,
fuck.
that's
Lucky
why, because that
Fox.
game doesn't exist, Kirkland. Anything else for Nintendo?
No.
EA already talked about Anthem. Does anything have anyone to add on Anthem? I'm excited to see more, but when I heard it was maybe like a Destiny sort of division thing, that turned me off. I'm not into that. So
I went to EB. I remember that weekend. I went to EB Games and
Went to
put
EB
all my
Games.
games. Didn't talk to them for hours, but I I asked him like, oh, can I get Anthem? He's like, no, it's not out. I don't know what it is. I'm like,
No.
okay. So
Why did you ask him if you can get
what?
it?
like a pre-order ad because it was right after
Well,
E3.
you can't
so I
online.
I thought you were trying to like
So wait-
Jedi mind
wait a
trick.
second,
Like,
you're
yeah,
Way
yeah,
too
yeah.
soon to just pre-order that game, dude.
Well, I can pre-order
No.
everything else though.
You're giving me shit by saying you couldn't go and order like Halo after it was announced or Gears of War 5, but then you went to try to pre-order
This is
Anthem.
different. I
No,
was
it's
excited.
not. You
I was
little
excited,
fucker.
and I've thought about it now, and I've rationalized.
Well, you can do it
everything.
online. Whoever little Jimmy lying to you, little Jimmy's come back for E3.
Little Jimmy.
Like whoever he working the deal to completely lied to you. I'm sure he was just lazy. Like I don't want to do the paperwork for that.
Well, I'm gonna go back and pre-order it.
It's that guy. He's like, nope, not happening. Okay, so nothing on Anthem over here. Nothing.
Looks amazing.
The AC finally kicked in. I can feel it a little bit.
Okay. Also, you'll have your sports games for EA. There's going to be nothing to add there. They have nothing to talk about. Just like the past few years, they've tried to do esports. They talk about the slow motion. They bring in the men's and blazers. They just coat the
The
sports.
men's and blazers.
They coat the sports stuff with all these things that like, oh, we have nothing to talk about with Matt. We have nothing to talk about these games anymore because it's just the same game. So I think you'll get that. Yeah, maybe those sports games.
I don't know. I'm
You'll get it.
assuming some career modes for
Yeah, for something.
whatever, like the Madden one that they had, long
Yeah.
shot.
Long shot.
There'll probably be a new one of that.
And then honestly, you'll probably get a new Battlefield, Taylor Fields. So
Yeah, Battlefield's good. I don't know what trend they're gonna follow because obviously Call of Duty's going back to futuristic, and Battlefield I think is sticking back to like.
I thought
World
Call of
War
Duty
I.
went to World War II.
They did, but it's a different company, so they're continuing their Black Ops series. Black Ops
so
4.
the next COD will be back to
Future.
future.
Yeah.
This would just be the regular game. This is back to the night.
Weird, man.
I'm okay with that. I do like my wall running, so it was definitely.
You can wall run in World War II. No one's stopping you.
Not
Yeah.
successful.
The game is.
Great.
It doesn't let me.
So for back on Battlefield, do you think
That's
it's
what they're
gonna
calling
be
it.
back to the
Back on
battlefield? Marty's in there.
Yeah. Damn it. I was gonna, yeah. We're gonna go back, man.
Do you think it'll be older or modern?
I think it's gonna be old.
Like World
Yep.
War One or World War Two?
Or
Because they
World
wouldn't
War
want to go
Zero.
World War Two because Call of Duty
last
did that.
last E3 they dished up this huge expansion for World War One again. So I feel like
I feel like so many people keep playing that game though.
oh they do.
I
It's
feel
got a
like-
very active
So
community.
why would they release another game?
Exactly. I feel like they could definitely release another huge expansion or something like that because I mean it still has a huge like player base and that sort of
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
So I'd be kind of surprised if they released another one, but in the great scheme of things that EA
Great
does,
scheme.
you know, would I be that surprised? No, but what?
Nothing. Just your delivery of that.
So I got some other cool. What are you laughing at?
Go on.
What did I do?
Come on, we're running long. Go on.
Okay, so EA, Star Wars Battlefront 2 DLC. I predict
Yep.
some more DLC for that,
Good
and they're gonna talk more about their new Star Wars title. So I guarantee EA is working on it.
Well, you're making. They've announced that they're working on it. So you
Yeah.
saying I guarantee they're working on it? It's just
Yeah,
like,
you can guarantee. that
you're
they're
like,
there.
oh, I guarantee Marvel's gonna put out Avengers 4. Like, yeah, they've said that. Which one? The one that Respawn's working on? Or the one that had all that problems with Amy Hennig and Uncharted team, and they switched all that out.
I don't know.
I think we don't see anything, and that's why.
No, I guess we'll see something.
I know, but that's my prediction. Last year we didn't see anything, and I think that one game had a bunch of troubles. Maybe from the Respawn team we see something, but that's my prediction. We don't see anything. Yeah, I don't think we see anything unless it's in like maybe a highlight reel, but I don't think there's like a and this year the Star Wars game is
This
coming
year.
out or whatever.
I just
Solo, the game.
solo the game.
I feel like there'd be a little bit of Star Wars.
Okay.
Like
Star Wars.
yeah, like even if it's like a fucking car game or something, like it could be.
Car game. Pod race.
Car-
What about
Card
what
did
about Galaxy Heroes?
No, I was gonna say fuck that game.
Oh, I
don't need
remember your
that.
rant.
30-minute
It's
block.
such
of
a
Galaxy Heroes.
Don't need that. No more. Just
I-
focus everything on a hardcore Star Wars.
I feel like Star Wars is such a big thing though. Like they're coming out with like a movie every single year. I feel like they'd kind of want at least like a little game in there.
You also
They do.
you also have to remember
And not
that
Galaxy
you
Heroes.
also have to remember that EA didn't have the greatest year when it comes to Star Wars, and like they got maybe one of the most shit I've seen a developer get in like the past decade. No, but you can say it's wrong, but they got a lot of shit.
I won't say it's wrong.
No,
I'll
but-
say the fans needed to just chill the fuck out.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not trying to get you back on that rant, but you can admit that they got tons of flack over that. They're still getting tons of flack over that. So that's why it might be a good idea for them to be like, you know what, let's just kind of ignore Star Wars this year because everyone
I don't think
everyone calls over the coals for it.
That's bullshit. They should not ignore it. They rectified so many mistakes.
But
all
it's-
these little fucking sissies are just crying.
Well, maybe
and they
it's
need
better.
to accept them.
Maybe it's better to
Little
take a
fucking
year
sissies.
off. Take a year off, and then next year you come back and look. Battlefront 3 come out, boom, none of these problems are happening. Hey, Star Wars Solo game, boom, that's happening. Like come out hot and heavy. Hang on, come out hot and heavy. Hot and heavy with all these great new titles and a Battlefront that has limited to no problems, and then it's like, okay, a nice refresher. Where right now, it's like that X trying to get you back, where it's like, I don't know if I can trust you, EA, with a Star Wars game. Like,
But
I think it's bad timing.
We know we're not getting another Battlefront, at least not for years and years to
No,
come.
you keep
But
saying
that's-
that. Fuck off. It's gonna happen next year. And listen to this cast. You said that. I even
No,
did that. You're gonna get a Battlefront next year, 100%.
No, we're not.
We're talking about. Yeah, we are.
No,
we're
we're
talking about Battlefield. They annualize these games. You will get a Battlefront.
They're not doing
3.
that with Battlefront, though.
You don't know that.
I know that.
No,
I know
you
that.
don't.
Yes,
It's
I do.
gonna happen. Why? We're in a gaming industry where they constantly COD comes out every year, Assassin's Creed is coming out every year. They've shown this is the trend. Battlefront, Battlefield, Battlefront, Battlefield.
Battlefront didn't come out every year, though. They skipped a year.
No, but that's what I said. Battlefront,
Yeah,
Battlefield,
this time,
Battlefront, Battlefield.
this is
year-
different.
No,
This
it's
is
not.
different.
It's so not, man. You live in this fantasy world. You're getting a Battlefront next year, especially because it's
No,
like,
we're not.
I can't believe you bought in this entire system. Like, oh, they're gonna support this game for years. What happened to the first Battlefront game? That was out for a year.
That was
and then
so
like,
different. They charge for seasons pass. There's no price on these DLCs. They keep releasing it in seasons.
Yeah, and that's why they're gonna be like, you know what? We need to get some money. Let's put out Battlefront 3.
No, but they're trying to rectify all their problems.
But
so
they can't. You just said the fans hate them. They can't do
They
anything.
do, which
The
is
only
why
way
they're
to
not going to do Battlefront 3.
It's the same thing. The people that hate Last Jedi, you know what? The only thing that's gonna fix that is when JJ comes in and makes a good episode 9. Everyone's still gonna hate
but
Last Jedi.
How does EA say, you know, we screwed up, but here EA's coming in again to fix it? It's like, oh,
Because they did that last time with Battlefront 2.
Yeah, but
They
even
said,
then,
"Oh, we
people were
understood
still
your
on the
problems
fence
with
about
it."
it.
No, but they said no, they weren't. Everyone was excited until they weren't, and you knew. You can go back and cast. People were super excited when they said, "Oh, we're dropping the DLC." Everything was going good, and then the one where microtransactions came up, and everyone flipped their fucking lid. It was going great until that happened. When people played the beta and was like, what's going on with these microtransactions? And they're like, oh, we don't know, waka waka, like we don't know what those are. And everyone snuffed it out. It was like, oh, you fuckers. Like, no, they came out E3 last year. Take a look at our conference. I listened to Cashback and their conference. They came out like, hey, you don't want P paying for DLC. You want a solo campaign. They tried to come out and be like, we're gonna fix stuff. They already did that. They're gonna do it again because EA is a fucking mess. They put out
No, they're not.
sports games every year. This is what they do.
sports games is different.
No, it's not.
Rosters
No, it's
change,
not.
lineups change.
Movies change. They're gonna put a game out for episode 9 and you know it. Like, you know it.
EA is definitely the most upfront about just being a greedy company, trying to
Yeah.
make as much money as possible.
Like, I don't know. You can't see it.
Them, it's quantity over quality. They don't give a shit about quality.
I will make at some point a gauntlet bet against you.
Okay, we will
Wow.
another time. but, like,
Teammates, too.
we will another time. But yeah, that is.
Two wolves.
I
one
Two
out.
wolves
can't
going at
believe
it.
you bought into this. But anything else on EA? We give them enough
No.
time.
You need for speed.
Ubisoft missed.
Cut past you. Yikes.
I tried to cut that in as you were transitioning.
Yeah.
So that's it's like under the rug.
Mr. Ubisoft, let's start with you. The one thing I want to say, they better do a fucking good job showing Skull and Bones, because that was a game I listened to this cast and I was like, this game does not look good. And you know, you were like, oh, there's gonna be more to it, and Dylan thought there could be more to it. I'm still sticking by. I think it's just a fucking boat combat game that they're gonna
What's
charge
wrong with that?
$89 for. Nothing for you. There's nothing. There's nothing wrong with it for you. For me, there's so much wrong. But yeah, Skull and Bones, it's your move. So that's all I got.
You know what? Now that I know Skull and Bones, I'm so excited. I think naval combat is gonna be fantastic.
God, you sound like
And
Trump
that-
sometimes.
That end of that trailer where they showed the Kraken, I lost my
Oh,
shit.
no.
That was so cool. That's almost a day one sale for me, just being able to do that. You know, I love fighting mythological creatures in games, and I think that's super cool to get this.
Not in real
I
life.
thought you said the crackhead at first.
Crackhead.
Get on the boat!
Yeah, no, I think Skull and Bones will be fantastic. We're totally getting more stuff. I'm losing my crowd here.
Get
I'm
on the
listening.
road!
I'm listening.
Get on the road! I gotta say, it's like asking for money, but really he's just saying get on the road.
Well, crackheads are always asking for something. you
Right,
know?
right, right.
Are they?
How many crackheads do you know, Taylor?
Yeah, you
Should
know.
I know some?
I'm not judging. I'm just asking how many crack
I don't
jokes
think I know any. I mean,
you know at least one. So. How do you think this guy stays up and watches the season these Marvel Netflix series, watches them twice in one weekend? I think he does it. He's not doing it sober. He doesn't drink. Who knows? Probably crack. Anyway.
oh.
I'm high on something, right?
Yeah, Skull and Bones, that'd be great. Oh, fuck, that's wild.
Crack.
Keep going. The Crew 2, I think we're gonna get a lot more.
The Crew 2.
The Crew 2.
The 2 Crew.
The Crew 2. I think the Crew's on.
Is that announced?
Yeah, they announced it last year.
Oh,
and
so
No big scoop Taylor has.
Was the Crew the game where you could just like go all across America?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
So-
drive straight down the highway for 8 hours. If that's what you're into.
Yeah. I got it for free.
Cool concept.
They gave it to me for free on Xbox. It's pretty cool.
So you love
Crew
it?
2?
No, the Crew 1. I haven't played it yet because
Is it worth $0? Would you say?
He wouldn't know. He hasn't played it yet.
it was worth the download.
But you haven't
You
played it yet.
don't know it was
You
worth
downloaded, but you haven't played it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I know. Now I know to prepare for E3 weekend now. You know, he's my little brother and I support him. But sometimes, you know, this guy, E3 is good.
I bet some.
I'm back to his
one-
spinning ways.
Maybe I'd be sad if like one of the developers of that game was like listening in. They're like, "Oh, nice! They're gonna talk about our game for once." Like Taylor's talking about the Crew. He got it for free. Cool. He's gonna play the game, and he's like, "Oh, I actually haven't played it yet." I just got it for free.
Maybe I'll try it before E3.
You should, so that when the Crew 2 happens, you have some knowledge.
Okay.
Because I'm not gonna play it. You gotta be that guy
Yeah.
who carries us.
We're not
in that.
playing Crew 2.
Okay, I will play it.
Like I'm getting excited for Crew 2. I haven't played Crew 1 yet.
So legit, Rainbow Six Siege, I think we're gonna get more expansion, DLC, stuff like that.
good
Because
call.
they keep on, like,
Keep
doing
it
more
on.
seasons and
Keep
stuff.
on
It's like
keeping
they'll
on.
be going on their 4th year soon here eventually. For Honor expansion DLC, I think they're gonna dish out a bunch of
Yeah.
stuff for that, which
Dish
is
it.
great. I love this trend they're getting into with these games. They just keep doing more seasons of DLC, and they're not, you know, here's For Honor 2, For Honor 3. No, here's Season 2 for For Honor
I
1.
personally like complete games, but you know, if you're
Well, you know,
Oh!
holy fuck.
That's a game though. It's like a PvP game though, so you can't just pump out a new one every year. You just
Yeah.
keep adding on to it.
Exactly.
yeah, I'm just joking, obviously.
No jokes. I mean,
No jokes on the GeekVerse series.
it's almost
business
Taylor
only.
time.
Almost to the time, and the
Next person will ask.
strike's
It's
9.
Still got an hour and a half. Calm down.
The Division 2, I'm so excited when they dropped it. I saw my Facebook notifications. I just saw this little circle that was orange, hence the thing here. And podcast
The
listeners.
not
Shit,
orange
there's
circle.
podcast listeners.
Podcast is just a Division shirt, you
I
fuck.
am. And it says Extremis Malus Extremis Remedia.
What does that mean?
It's probably Latin.
Don't tell! Kirkland, he was drowning when he didn't ask him what it meant. He just like, he couldn't think of anything. And then you saved him, you threw him around. It's Latin, it's Latin.
It's probably
Get on my boat.
Yeah, it's Latin.
no confirmations.
Yeah.
That's gonna get a big showcase, Division 2.
Division
that
2.
might be their big, like their main, like 20, 25 minutes thing.
Yeah. Nothing to fuck. Division 1 was fantastic.
Fantastic, best game of all time.
It was one of my best games of all time.
One of my, like you made the fucker or something.
Oh no! The fact that I brought the community together
Oh,
was so good. And I remember ranting
They brought
about
the
that.
community together.
What
I would say
community?
so. You know, from a community.
What
that was-
community?
It
The
didn't
Xbox
bring a community together.
Or
It
the
made a
X-
community when it made the game because there wasn't a community.
But there was a
for the
gaming community already there. This just brought them all together to, you know.
Did
talk
me,
and-
Kirkland, Dylan, Tyler, Jessica join you on this, bringing the community
You
together?
could have, but you didn't.
But no, that's
you guys play PlayStation.
we could have still got Division, but we didn't.
I didn't.
Okay, well, Kirkland did. So there you go. I guess you got. There you go. God damn it, Kirkland.
Alright, what's up next?
Splinter Cell. Guaranteed
Splinter.
we're getting a new Splinter Cell.
Guaranteed. Really?
They're gonna
show
inside
us, they're
scoop
gonna-
or something.
I guarantee
They
they're
send you an email.
Yes,
Phone
they
call?
did.
I would say, yeah.
Is that one of the games that was on the Walmart list?
I think
No.
no, I don't think it was, but it.
What wasn't on that Walmart list? That thing was
Luigi's
chunky.
Mansion 2. I think you're 100% right. I don't know if you should say guarantee because you know, but it's been a while for a Splinter Cell. I could see them leading off of that or ending with that. I think Banner Division will switch places. They'll decide, obviously. But I think it's time for a new Splinter Cell.
Do you want to know my inside deets?
Absolutely.
So
If you can, I mean, are you gonna get fired if you?
I won't get fired. I
Because he
just make
secretly
a
works at Ubisoft.
paid deduction on my check.
Oh.
We'll see. So in Ghost Recon Wildlands, they dished out this hardcore Splinter Cell DLC, and it left many people to speculate that they're testing the waters.
You made it sound like you had something like legit, like you had some like detail. You just said like, oh, they made some Splinter Cell DLC for Wildlands.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to ask you also. Obviously, you'll get a Just Dance presentation. That's fucking great because I get. Oh yeah, we always need Just Dance. Fuck off,
You should Tyler.
Tyler. She doesn't make Just Dance.
No, but I like when she'd hop on the stage and she'd talk about it.
Oh,
Yeah,
up on that stage.
For Just Dance. What is happening with Assassin's Creed? Because a part of Walmart leak was just a game titled Assassin's Creed. What do you make of that as Mr. Ubisoft, Mr. Assassin's Creed?
Has there already been DLC for the game?
Yeah, but it's really
Just
small.
one?
Small. No, there's multiple DLC packs that have come out, but it's all been very
So
small.
all of them is small, or each of them is
Just
small?
each of them.
Okay.
It's just a couple areas that you can explore on the map and new missions.
And they're
stuff.
free, right?
I don't know. I had a seasons pass, so I didn't have to
And
pay.
what size are they again?
Small.
You
just
you have to pay for them. It's Ubisoft. So.
Some stuff is free though. I think. I mean,
Like a hat, one hat.
some cosmetic stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
There you go. Truth
As-
comes out.
as far as it's cool though, because when you own like a game like Assassin's Creed, you get free stuff in Ghost Recon. So like I have like Assassin's Creed Rogues.
What if you don't give a shit about Ghost Recon?
You get it in Division. You can get cool
So
stuff. with
cool.
it.
I don't care about Division.
Answer the question in hand. What is going on with this Walmart leak? And it's saying just Assassin's Creed. What do you think that is?
I'm
Next
so lost.
Oh god.
New movie.
Fassi.
Fast
I'm very torn here because there was a huge dump of leaks and information. It was
But
massive.
you also said it was fake though.
yeah,
Don't
it
go
was
down.
confirmed fake.
So that doesn't mean anything.
Hear me out. I'm building
No.
to it. I'm building
Oh,
to it.
no.
You're making this take longer than it has to,
Oh.
Travis. It's your fault
That's
at this
true.
point.
Like just
I'm
let him rip
no.
the band-aid off, man.
Travis,
When he's
quiet time. Go in the corner.
when he says there's a
Hey,
huge
hey.
No. He's laughing. He can't say.
He said there's
I
a
can
huge
talk.
dump.
He
of
said there's a
leaks.
huge dump of information.
There's a
Oh,
leak
I
of a
need to
leak
let the
dump.
listeners and viewers know that that is fake information.
gonna
So
say
this
that.
doesn't mean
Fake
anything.
news.
It means something.
Taylor just likes to say things in riddles. You know.
I'll be quiet.
Fuck
He
riddles.
hates riddles. Yeah.
So,
Little doesn't know he uses them frequently.
so yes, all this information came out. It's fake. It's not true. That being said, a lot of it has
So
aspects
it's not
and
really
qualities.
information then.
No,
That's what I was saying.
but
You're giving me shit
a
on
lot,
it.
a lot
Let
of
him
the
finish.
a lot,
Yeah, fuck off.
You know, in circles.
a lot of the information though has a lot of backing to it, I would say, and then you can take that and you can apply it to where they were heading with new. Obviously, what I was expecting, a massive chunk of DLC that they were gonna add on to Assassin's Creed Origins, because a lot of the time in like threads and live chats, they're stating that we aren't finished with this game. We're gonna keep updating it, and I've watched like Q&As and I've watched these sorts of things closely because I've been very curious and very connected.
And
with
you
it.
run Assassin's Creed Universe, of course.
Yeah, run Assassin's Creed.
We
Universe.
are finished with this game.
They're not. No, they're not. they're not
Just
finished with it.
posting in threads.
No, they wanna keep updating it and progressing with it, which I think is great because Assassin's Creed, the thing that really damaged it was yearly releases. People were not excited for it, and they took a year off to work on Origins, which was great. And now here they are, a year later almost, and I want them to still keep following that code and working on DLC for it and expanding it and building off of it. Now this is something that Tyler mentioned too when we did last week's cast. Is it like, would it come out basically like a brotherhood to an Assassin's Creed 2? Like it's an expansion, but it's a whole new game. And I really don't know because the time periods are very much jumping around, but it all seems to be very close related to Assassin's Creed Origins. I don't know what this is. I feel like it now is starting to be its own game, continuing off of Bayek's story maybe, or continuing off of another Assassin in the same time period with Bayek, but a different setting and landscape like Rome or Sparta or those different kinds of things. I'm taking it with a grain of salt what Walmart did because they're really cheesy, but I feel like I'm still on the fence. I really don't know until I see E3 this
There'll
year.
probably be like a DLC, a big DLC that they show, right?
Yeah, I'm
A
hoping
bigger
so.
one, and maybe with it like a definitive edition or something that includes all the DLC or something.
Yeah, and I'd be.
And I think
I'd be
that's a good
down.
idea actually, because I still want to play this
Oh,
game
yeah,
at some
same.
point, and so I would likely get it with like a bunch of DLC, so I could have like a massive game experience there.
Yeah. And I mean, they've been rolling out amazing updates for it. Like, the game is usable in schools too for exploration, that sort of thing, which I think is a fantastic update that they added. I mean, there's
schools.
yeah, well, because of the historical accuracy with so much things in the game, they took out the combat system and added you to play as a character for exploration purposes that you can showcase. And it pinpoints locating landmarks and animals and different experiences in this environment and time period. And they designed it for schools. And I think it's fantastic.
Do you ever get assassinated as just a character?
You could, maybe, I don't know.
I remember some super cheap game back in like middle school that we would play on like the laptop where you like could go to like an Egypt temple or a pyramid and like explore the tomb or something like that. So it sounds like an actual full version of that, which was just some shitty little Google thing.
It's kind of cool though.
It is.
That is cool.
That jogs my memory of something. Do you guys remember? I think you were interested in it last year. I think it was that E3 that they. What? It was either E3. I can't remember for sure, but they showed up. They showed another game in Egypt, and it was like present time exploring this tomb. Do you remember that game at all?
I think
No.
that was just Assassin's Creed.
Oh. There was another Egyptian game, and it was like present day, and you expressed a lot of interest in it.
Clearly not enough. No, I don't know what this is.
Okay, I'll have to see if I can find it again. But
So you think 100% that's not a new game then?
I really don't. I'm leaning towards a massive expansion, and if it is a new game, I'm leaning towards it being a continuation of some sort.
expansion.
Or
It's the Joker from Dark Knight.
Oh no. It's gonna fall.
what is?
Hit it again. There's tape on it.
It's right there.
Push it into the wall.
You got it, Kirkland.
There's tape on it. Push it into the wall.
What Kirkland had it?
Yeah,
There we
that's
go.
good.
Oh, look at that.
Perfect.
I just
Way to go,
tape.
Sam.
Ruben loved that picture, by the way. He said he wanted it. I sent it to him.
I'll sell it to him.
You
Yeah,
wake
how
up-
much he off-
You
how much
wake
he
up
offer?
and it's gone. I think there's a chance that it's a season of a new game. I think it's really soon, but it's strange that that got listed along with the other. I guess once E3 weekend happens, we'll know how much that Walmart leak is like bullshit or not. But if lots of those games appear to be real, there's a chance they might tease a new Assassin's Creed, because that'd be, if it came out next year, that would be 2 years after Origins, so it's not annual.
Next year, yeah.
That's what I said. If it came out next E3.
So,
I'm not a smart guy, but I at least know the differences of years. So when I said next year, next year, Travis.
So, how far in do we believe that Walmart was telling the truth? Is it one game that they list is right? Do we
That's
believe
tough. That's tough. If you take the because
I'm gonna go 80%.
I'm kind of that
Whoa.
guy. I'm kind of the guy that's almost all or nothing. I believe that every single one of the game is getting announced or teased, or if one doesn't, then like maybe only one or two because they took a guess and like okay, Rage 2 might be happening. But like I think if one or two of them gets announced, I'm gonna start thinking they're all thing, because that happens a lot with leaks. The way if it was one game, no, but the fact that just so many came out and they're so random, like a Rage 2 and Assassin's Creed, and they're all blanket things, right? Gears of War 5, like they're all just non-subtitled games and editions. So it seems like it could be legit, but you know, and like Lego DC villains, stuff like that. So and there's lots of games we've heard rumored for a while, like Splinter Cell and that are I think on there. So
Yeah.
I think that's it for the press conferences. I had some not like rumored games.
Is
Some we know.
Devolver having a press conference again?
Not that I know, but I will be watching it because from what I watched last year was rude.
What day was PC only on?
I think it's Monday, but if Dylan Musk isn't here, I don't think me and Taylor are gonna cover that. I think me and Taylor are gonna take a lunch break during PC if you're not here.
You go hit up
You can do it if you want.
a butter chicken buffet.
There's
No,
some
we're
really
doing that.
cool games
We're
shown
doing
the
that
last
Sunday,
one.
so
All
Dylan
right.
can join.
There's some
Wow.
cool games, but there's just too much shown. Like it was just too long. And
And I just don't know enough about PC if I don't have you or Tyler bounce off of our Kirkland.
well, I mean, for me, it was just like the games. They just showed some unique games. You know. Yeah.
That was the one where last year the guy got like
yeah.
cut up and like exploded blood everywhere, right?
That was
Devolver.
Devolver.
That was
That was the
Devolver.
independent
yeah.
show, which
Yeah.
I don't know if they should do again because they did not get good reception.
Well, people didn't understand. I mean, I didn't understand what it was. That was just like a parody.
Did you
Show
miss that?
But it wasn't funny there.
Yes, I have no idea.
This person literally got cut
I think
up
if
and
you knew it was
exploded
parody,
blood.
perhaps it would have been funnier. But at first, I thought it was a real
In the game.
thing. So
I think
Wow.
after the first half an hour, it figured out like it's a joke conference, and it's just I don't know. Rumored games because they showed it last year at Xbox, Metroid Exodus. We don't want Breaks here to talk about, but I'm sure that could pop up somewhere. Maybe that's an Xbox or something like
Xbox,
that.
actually, yeah.
You brought this up, Kirkland. Yeah, there is rumors that Rocksteady, the guys who made the Arkham series, or there's rumors that they're making, or there's going to be some announcement that there's going to be an open world Superman game. That's one where I could see a debut on an Xbox stage. Not being exclusive, but I could see something like that.
Right.
Why?
Because it's more DC stuff.
No, you just, for some reason you love their movies, but you just hate their fans, I guess. But, I don't know. I like Superman enough. I don't get overly thrilled by a Superman open world game. There's much other characters I'd
What
rather
if Gotham's
tackle.
right around the corner like in BVS?
And then I can just right around the
Across the
corner.
bay.
It's around in the corner in this game. Yeah, then hopefully I can switch into Batman and play that. Like, I'm not a big Superman guy, so it's tough, but I will buy that game day one and play because Rocksteady is phenomenal. And yeah,
I think it'd be a great game. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like it'd be comparable to Spider-Man, honestly.
I would love if they could get some legit, really good Superman flying mechanics.
Oh, yeah.
I want to just...
And I don't know how they're gonna do it, but I want like a full, like Superman can go across the world in like a second. Like I want the whole world, man.
That's tough. Like, can you go to space or do you just stay in Metropolis? I would think you stay in
They
Metropolis.
just steal assets from other games, like Assassin's Creed Origins. You just go and explore that.
I think you'd stay in Metropolis because if you look at the Batman games, the way they progressed, it was Arkham, so in a jail, and then it was Arkham City, so it was a small city, and then Gotham, where you explore all. I think they do that where it's like Metropolis, the world, and then maybe space if they were to make continual.
But you
seasons.
said it was a free roam RPG?
I didn't say RPG.
I thought you said
You can be a sniper.
RPG. So it's just free.
RPG elements.
Do you want to? I know I didn't even say that.
No, that's like the classic.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Every game has
Yeah.
like RPG
Yes.
elements because there's a skill tree. It's like that doesn't make
No.
sense.
If it's-
I think that's all you get is a skill tree.
If it's that free roam, I feel like it wouldn't be based on like because Arkham games weren't necessarily that free roam. They're still confined, I would say. I mean, Arkham City.
Arkham City and
Arkham City.
and
kind of.
Arkham Knight because you're in.
wasn't really.
No,
No,
you're
it
in a
wasn't.
town and then you're in a city and then you're in a bigger city. Like you go all around. You can explore the entire thing of Gotham. So it is open world. It's just the world is smaller. It's not like a Fallout or a GTA or anything like that. But maybe they could. That's the thing though. If they make it that way, I guess it's Metropolis. But Metropolis, like it's just a city. So then you have to make it the world, and that might be a bit ambitious for their first game. Like maybe just stick it to Metropolis and you can fly around real quickly. They rumors are you won't play as Clark Kent. So you know. That's
You
a-
won't play as
no,
Clark Kent.
No. I just thought there could
Oh,
be
that'd
some,
be so much fun.
I thought there could be some fun detective missions or some fun like you got to do some reporting, but I
Like
get
an
it.
LA Noir
It'd
aspect.
probably be like
Not
probably
like
like the
that.
start of Arkham City, where you're Clark Kent for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, and then you're.
get the suit.
Whip it
I'm
out.
not-
Check
a
out
big-
Gauntlet, you might see something.
I'm not the biggest Superman fan, but I remember playing the Superman game like back in like GameCube days.
N64 too was good.
And oh man, that was some fun stuff.
That float your boat set all gentlemen, or
Float my boat.
that was
I don't know what you mean.
okay.
Exactly.
Borderlands 3 is another game that's rumored. I think that's another potential reveal at Xbox because that feels very Xbox heavy, the fan base, and yeah, I've never played Borderlands, so I have nothing to add there. But that's a big rumor.
Not the biggest fan, but
Really?
I really liked the first one, but then the second one was quite boring to me. But the first one's amazing. Like really, really strong game.
Got that crackdown effect going on.
Pretty much, yeah. We're like, I don't really need more of this. Like, I feel like
it was
the
really
first
cool
one's
art
enough.
style and stuff, but
Yeah,
it
yeah.
just wasn't the quite same game I wanted.
It's funny for me because when Borderlands 1 came out and it was such like all the hype and everything like that, I didn't like it because the graphics really kind of turned me away. So when I finally got around to trying it, I haven't beaten Borderlands 1 because it just
He's not good.
no, yeah, apparently. No, I played Borderlands 1 after I got Borderlands 2. So when I bought Borderlands 2, I beat it, played it so many times, exhausted. I fell in love with that game. It was fantastic. Went back to play Borderlands 1, got to know like a couple of the characters, never beat it though. But I'm more than ready to go on to Borderlands 3. I never did the Handsome Jack collection because I didn't find there was too much pulling me into that really. I guess there was the pre-sequel, but that was another one I never tried.
Was that like a full
either.
game? I don't even.
I think it was a full game, but then again, there's nothing that
Because we
pulled
need
me
Jessica.
in
She's the resident Borderlands.
Yeah.
She is. Borderlands 3, I'd probably buy that.
Who
day
makes
one.
that game? 2K.
Gearbox.
And then last one that's rumored that I have is Cyberpunk 2077. That's the game, the team that made The Witcher.
I want to see it.
Yeah, and that's been rumored for quite a while.
Yeah, I guess Witcher 3 came out what, like 3 or 4 years ago now.
Yeah, and The Witcher 3, phenomenal game. So this is a game that I didn't have much on my radar until I played Witcher 3, and I went, well, any team that made this, I would give a shot there. And I like, if
They're
the
a great games
cyberpunk
company.
aspect, yeah, if it's something like similar to like a Blade Runner or something like that, maybe I'd be willing to give it a shot. So there's rumors that could be revealed or shown, and I hope so. So I don't know where that would be shown, honestly. As far as conferences go, that could maybe be even a Sony, but that one's kind of strange because I don't really feel like they have any allegiances to any company. So yeah.
I want to see it. I remember hearing like hints and stuff about this game, and I always thought it looked cool. I always liked Cyberpunk. Pretty badass.
Mm-hmm. Pretty badass.
Anything else on E3? Any games? Anything to that?
I'd like to see Spelunky 2 somewhere. I don't know whose
Right.
conference would include it. Actually, I think probably PlayStation because I think it comes out first on PlayStation. So
I thought that was a Steam only game for some reason.
well, it's weird. Actually, I had a pretty weird path when Spelunky first came out. The HD version, it was released on 360 first, and then like a year later it came out on PC, and then I think like another year. I think is it on PS4 now?
I have no idea.
I would think it is. Eventually, it came out on Vita, so I'm guessing it's on PS4 as well. But yeah, it came out really disjointed. But now it's coming out first on PS4, I believe, is confirmed somewhere. So
That's cool.
maybe that'll be in that conference. I'd really like to see that.
Yeah. I forgot to mention when we were talking about Sony, but when we were talking about microtransactions, they said Spider-Man is not going to have any microtransactions, and if you pre-order the game, you get like a Cyberpunk, or not Cyberpunk, you get a
Just
punk
the Punk
Spider-Man
Spider-Man,
costume.
yeah.
And you can get it in the game if you don't pre-order it. Like, you can get all the costumes, which is so awesome.
Nice.
No microtransactions at all. I'm
And
so pumped for that game.
Apparently, the Iron Spider suit is going to be in the game as well from the movies. So.
Yeah, apparently they said
Spoiler.
like it's just packed with like tons of like comic book. Like they have do you know, is it Midnight Noir Spider-Man?
Yeah. They did the game a couple of years ago where he's like all black and he has like the goggles.
Yeah, no, I actually saw it in this. It looks so good.
Oh,
I don't know
that's
if
cool.
you've seen it.
I haven't seen it in this game, no. So.
Oh no, it looks so good. I think this is the best one.
Yeah.
For sure.
I want that Ben Reilly Spider-Man suit. Give me that. Ben Reilly's my boy.
It's cool too because they're saying like you can basically start the game with like any, or no, I don't want to say any suit, but like if you have like another suit unlocked, you can start the game and then like it'll carry that in the cutscenes. It's not like some games.
Cool.
Like I know some games, if you have like a cool suit and then it goes to like the base and it's like, oh well, come on man, like that's my suit.
Seems like that's becoming more common. That games are like making that happen, like Fallout and Horizon Dawn and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just so pumped for Spider-Man. Like I said, I got a little too excited this week, doing a little too much research on it, but I'm so pumped.
Never do too much research.
Yeah.
Last video game news I have, I don't know how much we want to talk about it. The Nintendo Online service was announced this week, and they announced obviously you're gonna be able to pay for a subscription. I think it was like $2 for 1 month, for like 4 months or 6 months, and then it was like 12 or 20 for a year. Then there's like family package. Obviously, you get stuff like playing online with people, everything like that. They announced this like Nintendo, like the NES like setup or some, I don't know, something where you're gonna get 20 NES games in the subscription, but there's no virtual console, so that's kind of gone. So I don't know if they're gonna do tiers like you'll pay for like a GameCube category and this and that, or eventually they're gonna do some sort of new service that gets out virtual console. I think.
Well, because they did like the NES remix for this was on Wii U and the Game Boy, but those weren't full games. They were just like challenges.
Yeah, these sound like the full games. They sound like they're reworked a bit that you could actually play multiplayer. So it's like, you know how like old school you could do 2-player on Mario where if you die, you could actually do that playing online with somebody. I think when I read everything as far as the service had, it's pretty basic, but
it's also super cheap. So.
Yeah, so to me it's good. I'm still interested in what they do with like their virtual console. There's rumors that they were gonna have like a Netflix of their games, so I kind of hope that happens with like a GameCube and all this. But yeah, it's interesting, but it's still kind of like classic Nintendo. Like it's a different online service, you know.
Classic.
Yeah. Anything else to add? Or?
No gaming news.
As far as the Nintendo Online service goes, I don't fully understand then all of it because, like, so it's just gonna stack onto the online multiplayer they have already right now, basically, because.
I guess so, and I guess there's more features added to it.
Okay, because I mean I don't know all the features. I haven't learned all of them yet on my Switch, but I just know like I can go into Pokemon and play online. So I'm just wondering now, like, do I have to start paying 2 months or $2 a month? Or
you also can pay for cloud saves.
Oh really?
That's included in this service or subscription.
Well, that's pretty cool.
That's actually quite cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
So there you go.
Interesting.
Any video game news, Taylor? Because you always seem to have something when I think we're done.
Oh, video game. You know, just Jurassic World Evolution's around the corner. I'm so hyped. I watched gameplay again for it. They dropped a trailer showing the Spinosaurus. That's been a long waited kind of thing.
What?
So
The Spinosaurus?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great.
Wow.
So there's that.
Nutty.
Movie and TV news, let's get into that. Let's start off with Taylor's favorite. There's big hullabaloo last week about this, about The Predator. It's teaser, well, I don't know, trailer release, teaser trailer release. People aren't really clear what it is, but it is a trailer, and it's minute 40 trailer.
It's an official trailer.
Thanks. Taylor, you can start us off.
I was, okay, I got a story for this, so it'll be really quick. When I woke up Wednesday morning, I was so disheartened. I started work at 6. I woke up at 5:30. I'm like, yo, there's no trailer. This is bogus. I was hoping to watch it.
You said yo in your life.
I was like, Madison's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm looking for the trailer because I was standing and I was looking through. And I couldn't find the trailer. It wasn't up yet. So I don't know why you're
Don't even go there, Joe. Let the man speak.
Eventually I was like, yeah, I gotta call it quits, gotta go to work. Went to work, and then I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna like sneak back for 2 minutes. I sneak back and I'm like,
Bad
whoa!
employee.
I know. I'm like, whoa! They dropped the trailer at 6 o'clock conveniently when I started work. So I put my phone down. I think, okay, I gotta wait 2 hours for my break. If I get to go on my break,
Why don't you just say, hey, I just need to go use the washroom and go wash it quickly?
Yeah, that's like easy. Go
That's
take
what
a
I
shit
do,
and
yeah.
wash it.
I don't want to like ruin the experience of enjoyment with the experience of concentration.
You don't have to. You can lie. You can just say that you're going to the washroom.
Why would I lie about that? Anyways, so I wait for my break. The hype is building. And I look at the group chat and see
That's not good.
I see the negative Nancy's in there. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna judge this for myself. So I crank the volume up. Holy fuck!
Okay, keep going.
This is a beautiful piece of art,
Oh my gosh.
and I'm just gonna
That's gotta be a blue.
lay it right there.
It was.
Holy fuck.
So I end up watching the trailer on my break, cranked the volume on my little iPhone, and it was absolutely
On my iPhone 5.
My little iPhone.
it was
Shout out
absolutely
to Apple.
it was fantastic. The whole trailer was built up. I loved it. I thought, I was not looking forward to this kid doing whatever jack shit he is.
But
with
now
the
I
toy.
am.
No, now I am. I think this is fantastic. I think this is fantastic. I love how accurate the synopsis was for this trailer because it made me. I felt like, okay, what if the synopsis was completely wrong? But it wasn't. It was accurate. So I feel like, that's good information. And I couldn't picture it in my head how this is gonna look with a kid playing with some alien tech and a ship crashing. But it works. It's not the kid playing with some alien toy ship, but he's playing with a transmitter or something like that, and the alien ship comes down. Obviously his dad is an estranged scientist. And as
Obviously. Did we see him in this trailer?
No.
So how's it obvious?
It was in the synopsis, which is obviously true now.
Obviously.
But no, at first I was looking in the comments saying, why would people like FedEx or UPS like alien advanced weaponry? And then I was reading comments and a lot of military people were saying, we use, I can't say it 'cause it sounds bad, but we use the postal service to ship lots of stuff. What? I'm not kidding. There were so many people coming out saying that.
This is why I don't believe everything you read on the internet. Especially from YouTube comments.
Oh my god.
I love
YouTube comments.
I love you're looking at that for your salvation. Like, no, this can't be wrong. This can't be wrong. Oh, look, these comments.
Well, that's what several military-oriented people said.
Yeah.
Take it with a grain of
Yeah.
salt.
Oh no,
There's
them.
some fucking guy on YouTube who's like,
Oh no.
Alfred Boner Champ. He's like, hey, I'm in the military. He's like hitting on girls in the YouTube comments, dropping tags. Yeah, we send fucking rifles in the UPS. Yeah, no problem.
Oh no.
So yeah.
YouTube comments, Taylor. Why are you? Oh man.
Like you should know better.
He doesn't though.
So no, overall I think the trailer was fantastic. The one thing that I will take away from it is, and this is another thing in the YouTube comments, many people agree with me.
You said, I'm gonna go on this with an unbiased opinion, but it sounds like you're really affected by these YouTube
No,
comments.
these are
You should
people.
stop reading them.
These are people agreeing with me this time. It's totally
you
different.
posted a comment. and it got like 100 upvotes or something.
No, I posted it to the group chat. And I noticed that.
All right, Taylor.
Oh, the group chat doesn't believe me. They don't agree with me. I go to YouTube comments.
So
Find a bunch of strangers to back me up.
He's like on page 5. Someone who cut him. When he realizes that it's like actually his other YouTube channel he posted on an hour ago. It's like, this guy thinks just like me. And he also put smiley faces at the end of every comment.
Oh, my chest hurts.
But yeah, my problem with the movie was
I'm just gonna get to the problem.
all the other Predator movies have a really dark tone to them. You know, they're very serious and everything. Even when they throw a kid in there, the kid's probably gonna get blown up or something like that. But in
Never
this movie,
happened in a Predator movie.
in this movie, no, they had like in a Predator movie, they had a kid get this alien break out of his chest.
There's no kid. That's all I said. There's just no kid that blown up. Continue. Just keep going.
They
Travis is crying.
I feel like this trailer was completely very colorful. When it turns on, I don't know exactly what I would want to call it, but it doesn't feel Predator-like. Its atmosphere is completely different, and
it's because Shane Black is directing it, and he did the same thing with Iron Man 3. Iron Man 3 does not feel like a Marvel movie, it feels like a Shane Black movie. The humor and the, hey, is this guy bothering you? Like, all the weird stuff is completely Shane Black. If you watch Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, if you watch Nice Guys, I love those. But Iron Man 3, I think sometimes that stuff clashed. I think that's the thing with this trailer for me is there's some humor in there that did not work for me. And the trailer to me is super underwhelming. And I'm glad that you and some of your YouTuber comments like it. But like everybody seemed really underwhelmed by this, especially for months. People kept thinking, oh, the Predator trailer's coming, it's coming. That, as someone who's a fan of the Predator series, does not get me excited at all, other than like, oh, I like some of those actors. And of course, I like seeing the Predator. It's like Alien Covenant. I'm always going to get excited. But the trailer does nothing. It does nothing, and like, I'll let Dylan point out his fact, but I agree with him 100%. They said in the group chat, it's just there, and I'm just like, okay, that happened. There's a Predator movie. Like, this left no impact on me whatsoever, and I will see it, I will review it, but it's like, okay, this trailer, if it was supposed to knock down the door and get me super excited, this is not like a film on my list. Like, I can't wait to see it.
I feel like this Predator movie is either tiptoeing around the fact of trying to be something on its own because it's well aware and self-conscious of the fact that it has a very, very strong and solid original film that it doesn't want to remake. Then again, it's one of those things that, you know, people, they want the remake at the end of the day, or they just want something completely different and not on Earth. There's a very large group of people in both categories. I also feel like, you know, take into account the fact that it's not a sequel or remake or anything, but it's just another movie in this universe from my perspective and my point of view into the story that I love. It's just thrown in between these films, which I really enjoy that. So I do know that there is a lot of hate, but there's a lot of love, and it's just...
I don't know if there's a lot... I don't know if you get this... I'm not gonna buy your whole in-between thing. I've seen mostly just negative to, like, disappointed.
Where did you see this?
Just Facebook, Twitter, like, the general reaction, and as far as, like, because I, unlike you, I fall and listen to, like, a lot of movie-related podcasts, and I feel like the general feeling is they gotta really make up for the next trailer and do something.
Well, luckily we know there's another one coming, because they said number 1 in this.
That's true.
Luckily.
Yeah, for me the trailer was just, I don't know, it's just kind of boring. Like it was going by, and like honestly, I watched it right before this cast. Watched it a couple days ago, and I can't even really remember most of it. Like it ended with like the release date or whatever the last screen is, and I was like, oh wow, that was quick. It just ended. I really don't have anything to say. Like it kind of just slipped right by and didn't really grab my interest. I guess I'm curious for a trailer too. I don't know. I just didn't really feel like there was any sort of hook in this. Like obviously, it's a Predator movie. You expect there's gonna be a Predator. It's cool. You get to see it, but I can't tell you anything about these characters or the story.
I feel like there's not even any big build up in the teaser of seeing the Predator. It's just like boom, they just show him, and it's like, oh, they're just pimping him out already. Like there's no feeling like this is a scary alien we have to look after a hunter. It's just like no, he's just there and he's throwing people away. It's like I don't know, like build up to him, make him seem like do the Pennywise effect in those trailers. How like Pennywise was used so sparingly, but in the trailers you were like waiting for him, and you did see him. You didn't even hear him talk until the movie came out. You know, like they're just they're just using the Predator. It's just like okay, he's there. It's like oh alright.
Yeah.
Kirkland.
Yeah, I wasn't very impressed with the trailer. I don't know. There really wasn't much that I liked about it. Like I agree with you how they could have used the Predator in such like a more like dramatic reveal. Like it could have been like they don't show him till the end, kind of like in the Venom trailer. You know, I feel like they could have done that. Like they could have showed like his little like noises he makes, showed like the little laser, so like you know, like you've seen Predator, you know what that is.
Yeah.
But then the big reveal at the end. There was like a joke in there when they were interviewing what's his face, the dude from Narcos, and then and the guy's like, do you know blah blah blah, and then they're like, you see me. It's like okay. And then yeah, I don't know. It was. I agree with you, Taylor. It was very light, or like bright, I should say, for light bright for like a Predator movie. I'd want something darker, but like Travis pointed out, it's more of like a Shane Black reasoning for that. Yeah, like you said as well. Like I agree with a lot of what you guys said. How it's kind of like very forgettable.
Yeah.
I feel like the second trailer can't even build off this one a lot. Like I feel like they showed a lot of things that just I don't know. It's just it's not looking good for
It's
the
got a
movie
decent
so
enough
far.
cast, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. But from what I've seen, it's not getting me excited for this movie. It's getting me kind of worried for this movie.
Worried.
A lot of things people are concerned about is they see the PG in the trailer and they're worried, oh, I thought this was supposed to be rated R. It is rated R. It is not going to be PG. Just
Okay.
below. They would not do
That's
a
a good
PG
thing to
Predator
know.
movie.
Taylor's
Yeah.
part of them.
The trailer did not feel like an R-rated.
No, it
trailer.
It didn't. It
At
didn't.
all.
So I hope we get a
The
Red
trailer
Band
is
trailer.
PG.
The trailer was PG.
For an R-rated movie.
I hope we get a Red Band trailer at some point because I think that would really turn the tides around a little
Red
bit.
Band?
And I feel like maybe, heck, with Deadpool, maybe they'll throw in.
Radar trailer.
Well, they probably wouldn't. but
Oh.
Yeah, if they with an R-rated movie coming to theaters like Deadpool, that would have been perfect to slap on like rated R film preview or something like that.
Slap it on.
Is it common for a movie like this to have an R-rated trailer though? I feel like if anything, it would be like a PG-13.
It
some-
kind of
some
depends on
do.
the studio and stuff. Like Deadpool released all their rated R trailers, and then they went and made PG-13 trailers. I disagree as far as me seeing the Predator rip some guy in half. That doesn't get me excited. I want the story to get me excited. So I don't think the Red Band trailer helps or hurts this. I think it's all based on the story.
Really? And you didn't feel like there's enough story in this trailer?
What's the story? They just crashed
they're,
Earth.
they're upgrading themselves
Okay.
with every planet that they hunt on.
I guess, but they didn't seem like they came to Earth on purpose.
Well, we know that they've come to Earth before on purpose.
But that's not what. Yeah, but not these predators.
not these aliens.
Yeah.
Not the
these-
Predator in the tree.
Yeah.
Not the
Yeah.
Predator tree.
We'll see, but I don't know. That doesn't sell me. Predators updating themselves. Like, that's a cool concept, but I don't know if you can tell a 2-hour story on that. Especially if the aliens aren't on Earth on purpose to, like, get new species. They just happen to crash land there. Because this fucking kid.
This fucking kid.
It's always the kid's fault.
Luke Cage Season 2. I know Taylor and Kirkland might not have much to add, so I'll throw it to Dylan. What do you think about this teaser? Or trailer?
I don't know. It didn't get me super psyched. I mean,
Really?
Yeah, like it was some decent enough action, some cool scenes of him like smacking some people and whatnot. Story wise, kind of introduces the villain
Yeah.
who I don't know. I don't have a whole lot to say on him because I don't really know anything about his personality or his story. It's just a nice little action scene with him. So that's cool. I mean, I think one of my biggest problems with Luke Cage Season 1 was the villain, the main villain. I was really disappointed in. So hopefully that's better.
The second half main villain, because Cottonmouth was pretty good.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I don't know. I like Luke Cage Season 1 enough, but it's I don't think it's ever a show I'll rewatch. I don't think I ever need to rewatch that Season 1. So and even Defenders was kind of a letdown in many respects as well. So I'm not super stoked going into this, especially after Jessica Jones Season 2 was kind of disappointing.
Yeah,
so
that was tough.
not a great streak really.
Punisher, don't forget about that.
Yeah, okay,
That
that's
was
a good
good.
point. Punisher was awesome, but yeah, I mean, I'll either way. Like, I don't need a trailer to sell me on this. I could have seen no trailers. I'm still gonna watch opening weekend and do like the review for it. So yeah, I mean, this didn't really hook me necessarily, but it also didn't have to.
I really liked the trailer. I loved like the fun, like cool hit vibes going for. But I also remember the first few trailers had that. I always thought the Luke Cage Netflix show was going to be their more Marvel movies, like quippy kind of fun adventure, because the rest of them are all kind of dark. So I hope the season's like that, but I don't get that vibe because the trailer turns into be a lot darker. But I like that they have this villain who I don't know much about Bushmaster. I know very little. I don't know much about Luke Cage. I was more of the Iron Fist guy. but I like that they just set him up like he just takes down Luke Cage like nothing, and he makes him a complete joke, and that's why I like that. Especially, I like that this season they're going with what they're building on the first season of he's becoming the symbol more than just a man, and that's why I like that it's kind of Iron Man 2, if you can, make God bleed, people will cease to believe. That's why I kind of like that they're going for. But
it's good that it seems like a progression, and it's taking into account the events of Defenders and showing that off. So that is cool.
So I hope it's good. I still worry with it being 13 episodes. That'll be quite long. 13, and I liked Luke Cage season 1. It definitely trailed off at the end. So hopefully it has a stronger, just all the way through, just consistent. I like that there's certain characters like Snake come back and everything like that. So I think it has potential. And I'll predict it won't be worse than Jessica Jones season 2. I think it'll be better than that because Jessica Jones season 2.
It'll be cool to see the relationship with Misty and also more Claire, because that was another thing with Defenders. I don't like that Claire was like pretty much completely absent. So
and Iron Fist is in the season too.
Nice. Okay.
They haven't said how many episodes, but he is in it.
So I think there is some good potential for this season. Mm-hmm. The trailer was alright though.
Yeah. I didn't know if you guys had anything to add because you didn't watch. My last movie news is I want to get a yes or no answer because he's been teasing it a bunch. Hugh Jackman has been in the press. He's been saying he released his video last week. He was saying happy birthday to somebody. When he moved the camera over in a bed, Ryan Reynolds in the Deadpool costume, they're joking around. He's on Good Morning America promoting a completely different movie, and he looked to the camera and said, like, Ryan, you're trying too hard. It's not sexy anymore. And then in another interview yesterday, he said, like, oh, that ship has sailed. Like, I don't think there's going to be any Wolverine Deadpool. So I don't know if it is just him overly saying, hey, I'm not going to do it. For me, I smell like it's a lot of teasing. I still think 100%, whether it's Wolverine or Hugh Jackman, I'm getting vibes that he will be in it somehow. And I think there's a chance that post-credit scene is maybe Hugh Jackman. And I need it to happen. I need it, not even as Wolverine, I just need it to happen, but I wanted to get a yes or no from you guys, because the movie is next week, and it just seems, a little peculiar that all these quotes and stuff are coming from Hugh Jackman about this movie around the time. It's like, he could just be messing with us, because it'd be fun for him to do it.
Yeah, I mean, really has no attachment to this, studio anymore, so, I mean, it's just, he's doing it for fun at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really kept up with the news and these articles and these things like you have, but I'm going to go ahead and predict that yes, he will be in it somewhere.
Some form of fashion.
I'm going to say yes.
And not like a mask, like in the first.
No, not
like full-on jacket.
Yeah.
He is totally in this movie.
Oh, you can guarantee it?
I can guarantee it.
He's huge leaks.
Yeah. All fake.
A huge dump of huge leaks.
That's all the movie and TV news I had. I had some DC stuff, but we'll skip that for another time.
I got a couple quick things. It sounds like Quiet Place is gonna get some sort of sequel, which is kind of surprising me, just based on like the kind of movie that is. And even John Krasinski in an interview, true enough, money can do many powerful things, can it? But he said like he didn't plan this movie to have a sequel, at least when he was making it. So also in that same interview,
the studio can make a sequel without him.
What?
I said a good thing is the studio can make a sequel without him. Once you sign that over, it's like, oh, thanks for making that movie, but we own that now. So
this is true. I mean, he's involved with it though, right?
Well, he would produce it, but like they have the rights to that movie now. So even if he said, hey, I'm not gonna write and direct it, they're like, that's okay.
Yeah.
We don't need you.
Yeah. So I don't know exactly what the sequel will be like. It kind of one thing he said is I don't really want to spoil anything from the movie actually, so I don't want to talk about it too much. But I'm excited for it. In that I thought it was a cool, unique movie, and I thought, John Krasinski, I'm a fan of his, so actor-director, I went to go support him and was pleasantly surprised at how much I actually liked the movie. So, in whatever form they take the story, whether or not it's related to like the current characters or if it's somewhere else in the world, whatever it is, there's probably a good chance I'll go see it. And I'm curious to see how what was used as kind of like a one-off idea for a movie in terms of there being so little sound. Curious how they're going to push that forward, or if they're just going to do it again. Like I don't really know how you do a whole lot more with that concept, so I'm curious to see how that is done.
Did you see it, Kirkland?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
And you haven't seen it yet?
I'd recommend it. It was fun.
It was much better than I anticipated, and I think as far as movies go nowadays for original ideas, I think that was a fantastic like new kind of idea and storyline.
Well, it was an idea that was like used very purposefully. It wasn't just like tacked on there to be like, hey, this is what makes our movie unique. It wasn't a gimmick. It was actually used to drive the story and the way the characters interact and stuff. It was really a cohesive project, so it was cool. The other news is Arrested Development Season 5 is coming out at the end of May. I don't know if it was announced. Like I know there's always been talks of it. Like potentially, will it happen? Will it not? So I don't know. Like if it was confirmed like months ago and I just didn't hear about it or something. I
saw it recently, so
I just saw it recently as well. Yeah. But I mean, it's already coming out this month, so it's I guess they were just hush about it. Right? It is Netflix, yeah. I'm iffy on it because Arrested Development seasons 1, 2, and 3 is one of my very favorite shows of all time. It's amazing, like the way comedy is used. Like there's so much that happens in each episode. Like the editing is so on point, and the way they use a narrator, like push the story forward. The story, like, it has a lot going on, like, there's, like, layers to it, and the way certain things which may seem unrelated are come together all in one episode is, like, honestly, it's, like, astounding to me sometimes how they do this all in one episode. And then, like, the use of reoccurring jokes is, like, super well done. Like, they'll just bring a joke back from, like, you know, season 1 or something in season 3, and just, like, it nails, like, perfectly. But then the problem was season 4, I think one problem was a lot of the people that were part of that show are now like bigger and more famous people, and they're busier. And so in the first 3 seasons, you got a lot of scenes that had like pretty much everyone, the whole cast all at once, you know, in some event or something. But in season 4, you didn't really get that. Like it was a lot more like, okay, here's an episode of like one character and their story, and they'll get a couple other their family members in there, but really it's kind of just one character. Next episode's another character, and so I didn't like that, obviously, because one thing that made the show so great was the chemistry and the interactions between all the crazy characters. So unfortunately season 5 is probably going to be more like that.
Yeah.
Season 4 still it still had some good jokes. Sometimes it felt like it was just calling back to a joke just because it had to, not because it made for a really good scene or something. So I mean, I'm not terribly excited for it, but just because I think it will be on the quality of season 4, unfortunately. But I mean, maybe they will tap into the magic that was seasons 1 through 3, and perhaps it'll be amazing. Either way, I'm glad that these people can be brought back together and make something, because all these people I've seen in interviews and whatnot, it's always like they just talk so highly of the show and how like the creative process of it went through and stuff. And it's cool that Michael Cera, season 1 through 3 was kind of like one of his breakout roles. He was a lot younger, and now he's a writer on the show. And
oh wow, that's cool.
That's pretty cool. He was for season 4 as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have a lot of love for the show, and that's why I'm still gonna watch it as soon as it comes out. But not too hopeful that it'll be a standout season necessarily. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Fun fact: the Infinity War directors, the Russo brothers, directed the pilot of that show.
Really? Of season 5 or the
very first episode.
Oh, that is fun fact.
Crazy, yeah. There's whatever that famous.
You still haven't seen the show, eh?
I've seen it in bits and pieces.
Charlize Theron is like a pretty big character for a few episodes.
It's like that Forrest Gump thing. It's one of those shows that have been built up so much. Am I worried when I watch it? It's gonna disappoint, but one day I'll watch it.
Possibly it could.
Yeah.
Possibly it could.
Yeah.
But it's a show that gets better every time I rewatch it, because you pick up more. Like it is crazy to me how much really goes on in like a 22-minute episode.
Yeah.
It's pretty insane.
Yeah, I'm the same with you. I've seen snippets of it, but I've been meaning to like watch it.
You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it from like beginning to end, because they build upon jokes, and the way they bring them back is outstanding.
Kind of like what we do here.
Kind of like what we try to do.
Yeah, true.
Sometimes
unsuccessful.
Sometimes we're successful.
Yeah.
I think that's all my news.
I'm gonna throw out Brooklyn Nine-Nine's canceled after season 5. I love that show. I'm a huge Andy Samberg fan, and Terry Crews. Fucking love that guy.
Terry Crews.
Joe Lo. Like, I just love the cast on that show. It's just goofy and funny. But there are talks that Hulu might be picking it up because Fox dropped it.
Yeah.
Who's Fox?
Yeah, I'm not a Hulu person. If it comes out on Hulu, maybe I'll like get that free month if they have that. But yeah, it's like I haven't seen the recent season, like the newest one, so I at least gotta watch that. But it's kind of sad that it's canceled.
Yeah, I mean I've watched the season twice now. Like it's so funny.
You watched season 1 twice?
No, I've seen the whole the whole series twice.
Whoa.
The series, yeah. It's so funny.
It's
the way
so goofy,
the characters bounce off each other so well, and there's never like a dry moment either. It's fantastic.
Always
the comedy's solid in it.
It's always
it's always moist.
That's gonna be our tagline. GeekVerse, always wet.
Yeah, enough in the search bar. We're always wet.
No, that's a show that I've seen online too. Again in the comments,
Yeah.
like a lot of people are very upset that the show is.
Oh yeah, like I saw in the news. It's just like the fans are outraged, which it'd be cool if Hulu picks it up because I think it's definitely a show that shouldn't be canceled. I think they still have a lot of stuff they can do. Like I don't know, just do with it. Like the writers are pretty funny in it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I really like it.
Hashtag save Hannibal.
Hashtag save the 99. And then I'll throw out Bad Boys Forever 2020. Fucking love those guys.
Yeah, you
Excited
do?
for that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You sounded so condescending.
No.
Oh yeah.
I
You do.
I do really like those movies. I guess I just don't know if I get super excited for another one, but I will see it. But I don't know. But
I'm not saying like it's gonna be the best movie ever. It's probably gonna be
That's
really
what you're
bad compared to like the original two, but
yeah.
it's a nostalgia trip.
Nostalgia trip.
Yeah, what 2020, 2 years from now? Yeah, really good to see Will Smith and Martin Lawrence back together.
I'm a huge Martin Lawrence fan, and Will Smith he always holds up. I love him.
Always.
It's all you.
Jurassic World 3. So, Colin Trevorrow, he dropped some interesting facts that the third film will not have hybrid dinosaurs. Thoughts?
So
Who fucking cares?
I got a question. In the trailer, was that not like a hybrid dinosaur that they're talking about?
Jurassic World 2. He's talking about the third one.
Oh,
So the
okay,
two
sorry.
still has yet to come out. This is a fact about the third movie.
Yeah, that's what I don't like. I don't like hearing news about the third one. The second one hasn't even happened.
That's the big asterisk.
I don't even understand why we're talking about this. This is something you would say after the movie release. Be like, okay, cool. Because I don't know, like, how that partakes or parlays to Jurassic World 2, which I have no idea. So for me, okay, cool, no hybrids. I will wait to see if I care after Jurassic World 2, because is Jurassic World 2 going to be something that changes the franchise and goes a different way, like Planet of the Apes, or is it just going to be, the next movie is going to be same old, like Jurassic World and Jurassic World 2 seem to be. So yeah, I don't know.
I totally missed the 3 in that. I was like, wait a minute.
It's just it's hard to comment on this as being like, wow, this is really big for the story because we don't even know what happens in the second movie yet. And also, this is just some random thing, like, this could easily change. Like, it's not even, like, this isn't guaranteed.
This guy at one point was directing episode 9, and then he got let go. Things can change like that. He will direct this movie, I'm just saying that, like...
They haven't started it at all, so that could easily
Well, because the second one, it hasn't released yet.
Wait, it's not out yet, is it?
No,
when does it come out?
It's out the same weekend as Luke Cage.
June 20th.
So you guys are gonna have a busy weekend.
So I guess we're missing Jurassic World 2.
No.
Oh, no!
I was so excited to do the last instance of hybrids in these movies.
You know what? I'd pay for your ticket, or you get it for free with your
I'll
ticket.
go.
Why you never pay for my ticket? Fuck you, Taylor.
Because you're more agreeable and respectful to seeing movies. Travis is like,
Okay.
fuck your
That'd be more
Transformers.
bad, so, like,
I gotta be more.
Yeah, because Dylan went to go see so many Transformers in his life. Yeah,
You and Tyler, everyone was like, yeah, Travis, help.
Shia LaBeouf, dude. Shia.
Yeah, think about that. They were trying to get me to get you to spend 5 tickets, which would be like $50 to $60.
For Transformers, the fact that I would get you in a theater to see Transformers would have been worth it. Bumblebee, John
This
Cena.
guy's got money. He bought a Switch to play Pokken that he
I
already
would trade
has.
up my Wii U.
Bumblebee.
But thank you, I appreciate that.
Bumblebee
You're welcome.
might get me to see. So
Bumblebee.
is that? Did you brought this up? We just chat on it. What do you want to talk about your hybrid?
Why do you care?
I care because I think this sets a huge tone for the movie that, Jurassic World 2, some serious stuff is going to go down that they're not going to be able to keep up with making the hybrids that...
Well, yeah, the island blows up.
No, but this Jurassic World 2, though,
Volcanoes.
what me and Travis were kind of discussing was obviously the movie is going to
When
be
were
on...
we discussing this?
We were talking about how the island is going to be probably about a half hour to an hour.
I remember.
And then the rest of the movie is going to be on the mainland. And I think that's going to set the tone for, obviously, other TV spots that I've seen. The Jurassic World 3 is specifically going to be dinosaurs are actually starting to get out of control on the mainland. And that the hybrids are no longer anything.
Dino.
The hybrids are no longer a thing to be concerned about. You have to worry about these dinosaurs.
The regular dinosaurs.
The regular dinosaurs.
Because they're natural.
They're natural. So I think
No
it could be
showing
like...
fuckery.
It could be like a James Franco Planet of the Apes escape kind of feeling to it with Chris Pratt. So
cool.
yeah.
Any other movie T news?
That's the only thing I put on here.
No hybrids. You made a specific
Jurassic
note.
World 3, no hybrids.
You somehow talked about that so much. You made a specific note for that.
Oh, I guess I have one more thing to say. When I was in India, I did see Avengers Infinity War.
that.
Was it subtitled or anything?
Yeah, so there you can watch it like in Hindi, but they also have one English showing, which does have subtitles as well, though. So, and fun fact, they bleep out all swear words.
Really?
So and I think that really showed me how much there was in that movie. Like there was at least like 10 to 12 different instances of profanity, which is kind of surprising for me. They also, I guess this could be a spoiler, they bleeped out, I think it was when Star-Lord throws the middle finger, they bleeped that out. That's completely covered, so none of that is allowed in India. But so yeah, it was a fun experience to see movies there are a lot different. First of all, they played the national anthem before the movie, so and that was very unexpected for me. I was sitting there eating my popcorn and like the flag pops up on screen, everyone stands up and like starts singing, and I was like, oh shit, what do I do? So I kind of panicked for a second.
Have you ever seen Curb Your Enthusiasm?
No.
Oh, that's what you're starting right. Have you?
I've seen a little bit.
Oh, okay. Dylan just reminds me of Larry David sometimes.
Cool. That's fun.
It's a good show.
They also have an intermission in the middle of the movie. It's not strategically placed. I believe it's directly middle of the movie. So it was the middle of a scene, the middle of a character's line, just intermission right there. Also, it's not like proper etiquette to like turn your phone off and to not talk to people. They also have ushers that like will bring food like mid-movie, like they're trying to like find people. So, needless to say,
it's quite an experience.
Needless to say, it wasn't fully immersive for me watching the movie. I'm really glad I did see it though, because I really wanted to experience what movies are like there, since we go to so many. So I want to see the movie again and watch the full experience. But without any spoilers at all, I love the movie. I thought it was fantastic. I think Civil War obviously had like amazing moments for every character. I don't think Infinity War quite gets that, just because of how much more there is going on. But still, a lot of characters get great moments and. I love Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch, two characters I've always wanted to see more of, and I think they both get really good spotlight in this movie, so that was really exciting for me. Also, one moment that's really funny, kind of at the start of the movie, it's when Wong and Doctor Strange are just chilling, it's like the trailer scene. There's a joke in there that's something along the lines like, oh, let's go get a sandwich or something. He's like, I don't have any money. He's like, well, you gotta have something. He's like, oh, I got like 200 rupees, and he's like, oh, what does that equal, like $1.50 or something? Which I don't think, Western audiences would really care for, but everyone in the theater was laughing because rupees is the currency of India. So I liked experiencing that joke being there, because everyone was really cracking up at that, and I thought that was a cool thing to experience. But yeah, fantastic movie. Love Thanos. And I don't want to say anything else because I will spoil it. I think we're in the talks of maybe doing another review at some point, because I would like to do, after doing all the Marvel retros, I was eagerly waiting for Infinity War and was pretty salty when they moved the release date up. But I will talk about it more at some point for sure.
Yeah, I'd love to be on that too. I remember listening to the review and I was like, man, I just want to say this. Just want to throw this in there.
Yeah.
Jay, where can they find the good old wet GeekVerse?
The wet GeekVerse.
Damn.
Well, ladies and gentlemen out there, you can find us with your internet connection in the search bar. You're going to skip the whole Google thing. You're going to go right to your Facebook this time. And in Facebook, you're going to go in that search bar and type in GeekVerse space podcast. Space bar, not the space word. You're going to scroll down. You'll find awesome stuff. Find this, just as Dylan was talking about, our Avengers Infinity War review. Tons of stuff. It is spoilers. Heads up. There's going to be tons of awesome stuff. There is the gauntlet match between me and Tyler. Holy shit!
Wildness.
GeekVersePodcast.com. You can find everything for audio. Subscribe on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher Radio, Podbay.fm. We love those people. If you want to see our big, glorious, beautiful faces, go over to YouTube, subscribe. If you like what we do here, please give a like, a subscription, or review. That helps us. That helps us grow the channel. Helps us get out to other people. If you really like what we do, head over to Patreon. You can get matches with Gauntlet early. You get Spider-Man Retros early. You can get lots of stuff early. Marvel Retro will be coming back very soon, so you could probably get a tease of that if you're on Patreon. So thank you very much for tuning in this episode. Next week will be the Deadpool 2 review, and I promise you it will not be boring.
Adios.
It's going to be wet.
It's going to be wet.